They didn't change. Nothing changed. And somehow you feel lighter. That's not an accident. And if you don't understand why that happened, you're going to keep ending up in the same place. But there's something else happening here. Something nobody talks about. Because while you're feeling lighter, something is happening to them. And it's not pretty. Look, I know what you've been doing. Replaying it, rewinding the whole thing in your head, thinking about what you should have said, what you would have said if you'd been quicker, waiting for them to just get it. They didn't. They're not going to. You already know that. You've known that for a while. In the next few minutes, I want to show you something. Not a hack, not a mindset trick, just something real about how power actually works and why the person who walks away almost always ends up okay, and why the person left behind almost never does. Okay, so picture this. You're arm wrestling someone, bigger than you, stronger than you. You're shaking, you're burning, just trying to hold your ground. Now, just let go. They fall forward. You didn't beat them. You just stopped being something they could push against. Hold on to that. Here's what was actually happening this whole time. Every time you responded, every time you tried to explain yourself, fix it, make them understand, you were fueling it. Not fighting back, fueling it. The moment you stopped engaging, the whole thing lost juice. Not because you won the argument, because you unplugged from it. And that's when it starts for them. See, humans are wired in a specific way. We don't value what's always there. We value what we're about to lose. It's not emotional, it's biological. It's been studied, it's been documented, and it is ruthlessly predictable. The moment you stopped being available, you stopped being something they could ignore. You became something they could lose. And that changes everything inside a person's brain. There's a name for what they're feeling right now: scarcity panic. That low hum of anxiety that kicks in when something they took for granted suddenly isn't there anymore. They're not missing you because they love you, they're missing you because their brain is sounding an alarm. And that alarm doesn't care about logic, it just knows something is gone. Something that used to be certain isn't anymore. You didn't just walk away, you pulled the only lever that actually works on people like that. But here's where I see people mess this up. They feel that shift, they sense the other person getting anxious, and they go back. They think, finally, it worked, finally they care. And the second you go back, the scarcity is gone. You become available again, and they go right back to exactly who they were. The panic disappears, and so does the version of you that felt free. Every person I've ever talked to who actually got out, really got out, they all described the same thing. It wasn't the big blow-up, wasn't the dramatic exit. It was one quiet moment, just them by themselves, when something inside just settled, like they finally stopped fighting what was already true. That moment is when it actually ended. Not the day they left, that moment. There's two ways to walk away. One is running. You're scared, you're hurt, you need distance. That's not walking away, that's fleeing. And fleeing doesn't fix anything. The other way is just being done. Not angry, not traumatic, just done. Those two feel completely different in your body. And deep down, you know which one you did. And the other person can feel it too. That's the part that scares them. When you're fleeing, they know you're coming back. When you're done, they feel that, in a way they can't explain and can't shake. That stillness you have right now, that's what's keeping them up at night. Okay, this is the part that's hard to hear. The situation didn't wear you out, your hope did. Every single day you spent waiting for them to be different, that was your energy, not theirs, yours. You weren't just hurt by what happened, you burned yourself out, hoping it wasn't real. That's the part that actually costs people. Not the betrayal,
the hoping. And here's the thing that'll mess with you a little. The power didn't come back when you left. It was never gone. You were just handing it over. Every reaction, every explanation you didn't need to give, every time you tried to make them understand something they already understood, they just didn't care. That was you giving it away, voluntarily, over and over. And they knew it. Maybe not consciously, but they knew. People always know when someone isn't going anywhere, and they treat them accordingly. Some people never stop doing that. I mean that seriously. They spend years, decades, waiting to be chosen by someone who already showed them the answer, early. You saw it, you just really didn't want it to be true. So yeah, nothing changed externally. No apology, no closure. They didn't come around, but two things happened. You stopped being the person who needed them to, and they started being the person who finally noticed you were gone. That's not just healing. That's not just moving on. That's power. The kind that works on both ends. It fixes you, and it's the only thing that ever actually gets to them. You get the why now, why it works, why you feel different. But there's a second part, and honestly, it's the part that actually matters most, because the silence after walking away, that's where people either put themselves back together or slowly fall apart without even noticing. And some of them, the ones who walked away wrong, end up letting the other person back in, right when things were finally shifting in their favor. I made the next video specifically for that. Watch it now while this still feels real to you, because by tomorrow your brain will have already started making excuses for why you're fine. And you'll know if you're fine.